This is the Michigan Hall of Justice. This is where I've worked for the past 5 years at the Court of Appeals and now at the Supreme Court. The Court of Appeals is on the second floor and the Supreme Court's at the very top floor, the sixth floor. The rest of it is all administrative. This building is not very old, I think about 10 years. It's a beautiful addition to the Lansing skyline, and as we pan around here, the next big building you see is the State Library, which is a wonderful facility. And then down at the end of this mall, I guess you'd call it, that we're on, is the state capitol where the legislature and the Senate meets, and the governor has a ceremonial office over there. I just wanted to show you where I'm working now. This is the Michigan Supreme Court room in the Hall of Justice. And Steve is kind of panning the room. It's a beautiful room. It's an intimate room. It's kind of like theater in the round a little bit. And the lawyers sit at these respective tables, and then you'll see at the bench here, different from the Court of Appeals, it's longer because the Supreme Court has 7 members. So when we sit, the entire court sits. When the Court of Appeals sits, it's in panels of 3 judges. So that's why the longer bench here. But it really is a lovely courtroom, and as you can see, it gets plenty of light from the windows around the top, and it's very nicely done. I thought you'd enjoy seeing it. When lawyers and their clients come to the Supreme Court, this is the foyer area outside the courtroom where they would assemble and they can sit and talk or do what they want to do. It's a lovely room. It's got this great domed ceiling that lets in lots of light, and then Steve can get it in due course here. You can see straight out this window a nice view of the Capitol building where the legislature meets. I wanted to show you this courtroom too. This is the Court of Appeals courtroom in the Hall of Justice in Lansing. And this is where I've worked with my colleagues on that court for the past 5 years. I love this courtroom. It's a wonderful, not even little room, but I call it a little room, and very comfortable to work in. Now the Court of Appeals also has courtrooms over in Grand Rapids and in Detroit. But in this entire large building that you've seen from the outside, there are only 2 courtrooms. This one and the Supreme Court courtroom, which we will visit as well. This is my office, which I've had since I've been on the Court of Appeals for the past 5 years. And even though I've changed courts, I've not wanted to change offices because I don't want to disturb these fish back here. They seem pretty comfortable where they are, and of course, I've gotten pretty comfortable in the office, and I don't want to have to move all this stuff, to tell you the truth. This is the Learning Center at the Hall of Justice, and as the new justice on the court, one of the jobs I inherited was to be the supervising justice for this, so let me show it to you. This is where anyone can come, but particularly school children find a lot of interest in this room. And what it has is a lot of hands-on things that will teach them about the law, about the trial system, about jury trials, and about their rights under the law. So it really is a great learning center. Again, this is part of the display stuff that's all very hands-on, very usable by the young people in our learning center. You see we've even got a bench up here where they can play judge and all that sort of thing. This picture over on this back wall is John Volker, and you'll remember if you saw the YouTube from when we were in Marquette, he's the prosecutor and former Supreme Court justice from the Upper Peninsula at Marquette, who was a great book writer. Talking about Justice John Volker, who was from Marquette in the Upper Peninsula where we were this last weekend. This is a bust of the justice that they have just outside the Learning Center and Judicial Institute where all of the staff for the court works.